last time we got together, we talked, Mike and I, about buy downs, and that was really quite interesting to a lot of people and well received. So I thought we'd sit down again and talk, obviously, about rates. It's a big topic lately in real estate. We've thankfully seen rates start to trickle down. I use the word trickle because it's not coming down as fast as we probably would all like, but it's definitely come down since last year, since 2023. So I thought we'd sit down and talk to Mike, ask him a couple questions. He doesn't really know what I'm asking him yet, so this is off the cuff and honest, as he always is. So let's do it. All right, so let me start with this. What is the question you most commonly hear from buyers in this market right now?
Yeah, so as a lender, the most common question I get are, why are rates still, so high, and when can we expect them to come down, right? Obviously, we've seen rates over the last couple of years come up, and now we're starting to see them come down a little bit as we sit here in February. And based off the information we know now, obviously rates are probably in the mid to upper sixes right now. So the big question I get are, when are rates going to come back down? And the answer to that is when we start seeing inflation come down to a point where the Fed's comfortable reducing interest rates.
Okay. What about the argument of people that buy now at a higher interest rate but less competition, or you wait for the rates to come down so the rates are lower, but then your buyer pool is larger? If you were in the market right now as a buyer, which one would you choose? Would you choose to wait, or would you choose to get in now and hopefully refinance down the road, or what do you think?
Yeah, more people think that it's better to buy when rates are lower, and it's certainly true. It increases your purchasing power. A lower rating, equals a lower payment. But when you have higher rates, you're able to have less competition, able to secure a property, and then if rates do come down, you always have the benefit of refinancing to lower your rate and payment. You're never able to renegotiate the price of your home. So I've had people that purchased a property last year with a rate of, let's say, 7 3/4 or even 8%, and they are now refinancing to the high sixes, and they're ecstatic about it. So if you're ready to buy, you're ready to buy. Don't wait for rates to come down, because if you do wait for rates to come down, you'll lose out on some appreciation in your property, because there's going to be more of a buyer pool, more purchasing power.
Okay, so one last question. What is a practical tip that you could give someone entering into the real estate market as a buyer today?
So if you're trying to buy a home for the first time and you're just thinking, okay, what can I afford? Obviously, you have to get pre-approved, and banks have their term called debt to income ratio. I like to tell people, if you're looking to buy, the general rule of thumb is you want to borrow roughly about 4 times your annual income. That's typically going to be the maximum loan that you're going to want to use. So if you make, for example, $200,000 annually, multiply that by 4, you're probably going to be maxed out at $800,000. Now that's assuming that you don't have a lot of other non-housing debt, like car payments, student loans, high credit card balances. If those are pretty normal, that's a good general rule of thumb, is about 4 times your income is what you should borrow.
I didn't know that. It's a great rule of thumb.
Yeah,
keeping that secret for 20 years.
It also depends on interest rates. If interest rates are lower, that number might go a little bit higher, or vice versa.
But it's a good starting point basis to kind of base what you would be borrowing.
Yeah, because I've done some qualifications, and I've looked at what people can borrow, and I looked at their income, and that's what I've seen. Okay. And it just keeps it simple. That's like the maximum. It doesn't mean you have to go that high. It just means that that's what a bank would generally, allow you to borrow.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Well, thanks for coming and chatting, and
you're welcome. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
I love doing these.
It always worked out here well that we ended up in the same.
Yeah, I might just hang here the rest of the day, but I got to get back to work. What time's dinner?